Hey guys, so I saw a comment on a post this week that said, most people would rather eat garbage and then take a pill to deal with the consequences. And when I saw that post, it reminded me of a time that I was at a conference for nurse practitioners and PAs, and I was there to learn continuing education credits. So it's a professional meeting. And from the stage, the speaker said, it's easier to change a prescription than it is to change a habit. And essentially what they were saying is just give people a pill. Just give them a pill because they're not going to change. And so when I thought of those two statements, I wonder if we as health professionals sometimes promulgate that thought, that people are just not going to change, that people just want a pill. And I've got to say that as human beings, we all want to go for the path of least resistance. I love my key lime pie, and there are times that I wish you could give me a pill that would make it easier for me to resist it because it would make it easier. It's hard for me to walk past the key lime pie and not eat it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the idea of taking the path of least resistance. I'm going to be going to Atlanta for a meeting in February. And actually, I wanted to check with you guys to find out who lives in the Atlanta area because we'd love to get a group together. But in February, we're going to be in a meeting in Atlanta, and I live in Orlando. And there are many different ways that I can get from Orlando to Atlanta. I can walk there. I could bike there. I could ride a horse. I could drive. I could ride a train. I can ride a bus, and I could fly. I'm grateful that I have so many options to go from Orlando to Atlanta. But it's not too long ago that the only options that were available were maybe to walk and ride a horse. So I actually calculated the distance and I calculated how long it would take me. So when I go for a walk in the morning, I usually walk about a 14 to 15 minute mile. That breaks down to about 4 miles an hour. At 400 miles, I would need to walk about 100 hours. If I walked 15 hours a day, that would take me almost a week to go from Orlando to Atlanta walking. It's not something that I would pick up and plan for a weekend getaway. The whole purpose for the meeting would need to be really, really important for me to deal with the challenge that it would be, the difficulty, the inconvenience that it would be for me to walk for a week to get there. But guess how Donnie's going to Atlanta? Donnie's flying. Donnie found a flight for $36. And so why am I flying? Because it's the simplest and most convenient path from Orlando to Atlanta for me to spend a weekend. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking the path of least resistance. I don't think. I just don't think that most people consciously think in their head, I'm going to eat whatever I want and then I'll just take a pill for it later. I don't think most people consciously say, I would rather take a pill. I want to take a pill and I'm just going to do whatever I want. I think most people don't see the connection. I think most people don't see the connection between the things they're eating and the things they're doing and the pills they take. I think most people don't realize that it's an option for them to live a life without medications. And for those that know that it's an option, I think they don't believe it's possible for them. I don't know that they know how. So instead of us thinking that people want the life they have, maybe what we can do is we can help them create the life they have. Not too long ago, like I said, they didn't have airplanes. The options were walking or a horse. But now we do have an option to fly. I know because I've flown many times, so I have evidence of it. I have a lot of evidence too that people can change. It just is up to them if they want it, number one. Number two, if they have the structure. Number three, if they have the support. And so it's possible. It is possible. There are options. It's just a matter of us empowering people to do that. If you're looking for a way to empower people or even yourself, I'd love for you to reach out because we've got a community of people to do just that. Have a good weekend, guys.